Narlam, a 23-year-old young man living in a small village deep in the mountains, constantly felt uneasy within his own mind. Every day, countless thoughts appeared and disappeared, making his head heavy and chaotic. Sad memories from the past haunted him, while worries about the future kept coming, exhausting him both mentally and emotionally. These overwhelming thoughts made it hard for him to sleep, to focus, and slowly took away his natural smile. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't find peace. The non-stop stream of thoughts made Narlam's mind feel like a violent storm. He could not find a moment of calm, could not sleep well, and had even forgotten what it felt like to smile. In his despair, he heard people speak of a distant village in the hills where an old man lived, someone who had once been a famous psychologist. The old man had helped many people regain their inner peace before leaving the busy city to live quietly in nature. That story sparked hope in Narlam. He believed the old man might help him find the silence he had long been searching for. Carrying that fragile hope, Narlam decided to begin his journey to find the wise elder. The trip lasted many days, filled with exhaustion and difficulty, yet he kept going, believing that peace awaited him at the end. When he finally arrived at the hill village, he saw a small house covered in greenery, radiating a quiet and gentle beauty. On the porch, the old man sat peacefully with his eyes closed, as though merged with nature itself. Narlam stepped forward softly and explained that his mind was restless and he wished to find peace. The old man slowly opened his eyes, gave a warm smile, and said that if Narlam truly sought peace, he must first complete a small task. He led him to the backyard where sunlight filtered gently through the leaves. There, the old man filled a glass of water to the brim, so full that the slightest movement would cause it to spill. Handing the glass to Narlam, he said, "Take this glass to the edge of the village and return, but do not spill even a single drop." Surprised but determined, Narlam agreed. Narlam held the glass carefully and began walking along the narrow village path. People passed by, some running, some talking loudly, dogs barked and shopkeepers shouted to customers. But Narlam paid attention to none of it. His eyes stayed fixed on the trembling surface of the water. Step by step, slow and steady, he focused on keeping the glass level. Villagers watched him with curiosity but did not interfere, knowing he was learning something important. When the old man asked, "Did you see the children playing or hear the dogs barking?" Narlam realized he had not noticed anything around him. He had been entirely focused on the glass, ensuring that not a drop spilled. The old man smiled and explained that this was the power of presence. When the mind is fully rooted in the present moment, fear, worry, and unnecessary thoughts naturally fade away. What remains is silence, focus, and the feeling of truly living in each passing second. At last, Narlam awakened to a truth he had overlooked for years. He understood that peace cannot be found in money, fame, or the approval of others. Nor does it exist in some faraway place or in the things he constantly chased. Peace, he realized, comes from within, from one's ability to pause and fully live in the present moment. When the mind no longer runs back to the past or worries about the future, awareness opens, and all burdens quietly dissolve. Narlam understood that mindfulness, presence, and the ability to observe oneself are the true doors to inner serenity. From that moment on, he knew that peace is not something to be found, but something to be nurtured from a calm and steady heart. After awakening to these profound lessons, Narlam left the village with a completely renewed mind. He walked slowly, yet each step felt lighter than the last, as if the heavy burdens he had carried for years had finally been set down. No longer the anxious young man overwhelmed by swirling thoughts, Narlam now knew how to soothe his mind each time the storms returned. He learned how to breathe, observe, accept, and return to the present moment instead of being dragged away by fear or pressure. This transformation made him strangely peaceful, like a new version of himself. On the path back home, Narlam wasn't just leaving the village, he was leaving behind his former self and stepping into a new journey filled with awareness and true inner peace.